All right, and we should be live. Hello, everybody in chat land. How's it going? Welcome to Work After Hours Live Chat, our weekly live chat where we sit around and talk about guns and stuff. It's only weekly now because of the coronavirus, and I've already broken one of the cardinal rules by saying coronavirus. With us tonight, we have Builder Shooter. You gonna say hi?
Cardinal rules. Sorry, I was shutting the sound off. Hi.
Yep, me too. So, really quick, we've already got a question over in the chat that I want to cover really quick. Kathleen has a PO9, I believe, is the one she's talking about.
Yes, she has a PO9.
And she's asking if you can drop just the hammer spring weight to reduce overall weight of the trigger pull. So, yes, you can reduce the hammer spring weight and reduce the trigger pull weight. The problem with that is the hammer is going to be hitting the firing pin with less force, therefore making it less reliable. So what I suggest is if you're ever lowering the hammer spring weight of, I don't know what that sound was, the hammer spring weight of a CZ, you should always get the extended firing pin kit. The extended firing pin will let you drop down to like an 11 pound. I don't go under 15. I'm pretty sure that all of my CZs that I've got that I had 15 pound springs. But just the firing pin, like that extended firing pin, brings your reliability back up to 100% with the reduced trigger pull weight. So that's what I always suggest doing. It's just something that it's, when you mess around with that, you always introduce an aspect of less reliability. But doing that extended firing pin gets rid of that. There you go. That was way easier than typing it out. Sorry. So, Builder, what's up in your world, man? Gun-wise, what gun stuff's up in your world?
I just really want the 509 to be released, the Holosun. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I really want the 508 to be available at the distributor that my gun shop uses.
Yes.
So, yep. So everybody in the chat, how's it going? We got Kathleen Pistol Pete's in the house. We got Harry's Holsters in there. G-Man's in there. I saw Lockup in there somewhere. Bald and Curious is hanging out. Let's see, who else do we have? Got another
Kathleen. Kathleen's there.
Kathleen's there. Hi,
Coop's
Kathleen.
there.
Coop's there. Hey, Coop, how's it going, man?
Coop.
And Professor is way up there. I don't know if he's still hanging out, but he probably is. So everybody, how's it going? Anything new in your guys' world? Does anybody have any fun new stuff? Builder's got something.
Do I?
You got a gun.
Did I?
I don't know if you told them about did you tell them about the 17?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. Then that's all we got.
Gen5 17 MOS. Surprise.
Yeah, but now you have the Gen 5 goodness.
No, I know.
And the Gen 5 goodness is just
the only thing that has not stood up to what they say about the Gen 5s being better is the fact that my trigger is garbage. But in the dozen or so Glocks that I've owned, none of them have had the same trigger. So,
no.
I mean, that's just luck of the draw, in my opinion.
It really is with them.
Harry, you're still waiting on your 17? That's ridiculous.
When did he order that thing?
I think the same time I did.
Wow, that's pretty bad because yours took a while. Compared to what we're used to.
Mine was 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a long time compared to what we're used to. I'm used to 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
But, Kathleen says she loves her Glock Overwatch trigger. Speaking of Overwatch triggers, I am currently T&Eing the Overwatch P10C trigger. And so far, I am a fan. I'm not 100% sure how much I can tell you guys. He never did get back to me about that. I got to email him again tomorrow. But, yeah, Overwatch is making a P10 trigger. It's the shoe and another part, and it's muy bueno. I'm a fan thus far. We are looking at, let's see, what was the trigger that you were looking at?
The Overwatch DAT, I believe.
No, not from Overwatch. There was the other one?
Tactical Pontoon.
There we go. Tactical Pontoon.
He doesn't make his own triggers. He gets triggers and then makes them better. Like Johnny Glock.
Okay.
And Manny Things. Yeah, we put the Taylor Freelance base pads on, or Work did. He sent me a picture of it. I have yet to be able to.
I only have one of them on.
Okay.
When did he? Oh yeah, yeah. So the Taylor Freelance pads. So oddly enough, the Rock Island Taylor Freelance pads also fit on the Para P18 mag. We weren't sure exactly which one was going to go on there, so I actually have. Shoot, I have 2 additional base pads. One for a Remington, and one for something else. But yeah,
I think there was 2 for the Remington and 3 for Rock Island, if I remember correctly.
That might have been it. Yeah, because there's 2 different models of Remington.
Which but just means I need to order 2 Remington mags.
You're right. That Taylor stuff is gorgeous. Like it is very nicely made. The rest of the stuff is going to be coming very soon. That's this weekend.
Thanks for the heads up, Jordan.
What do you say?
Tactical pontoon.
Uh-oh. Hey, Jordan, could you find that and send a link to us if you could?
And Damon, yes, we have several Strybog videos on this channel. Each one, or both of us have one, and they run. They do run well.
I love my Strybog. I actually just shot it on Tuesday. Just got it out today just to play with it. Love that gun. Or Strybog. Technically, it's called a Strybog. Yeah, I have a really hard time calling it that.
Yeah. Harry, I don't plan on putting a dot on my Rock Island. Just honestly, it's hard for me to choke down $250, $300 just to get the optics cut and plate done. Plus, it's going to be just fine with irons.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be kind of, yeah. That's just pricey.
I think I'm going to order some Taylor Freelance extensions for my 17 if I end up shooting carry optics.
Oh, I would love an Excalibur. I emailed them about that just to get one for T&E, and they were not interested. They were all about me playing. Like when I bought a Strybog, they were sending me stuff like, "Hey, could you do this? Hey, could you show people this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they weren't interested in anything else with me. So I would love to get one, like to buy an Excalibur, but at this point, I can't justify buying an Excalibur.
Yeah, they pretty much dropped off the face of the earth when you told them we had a magazine problem.
It's true. They did. They never did send us our magazine. However,
the mag runs.
The first shipment of metal lip mags came in. They look good. I think they look good. Let's see. They worked. Yes, they did. Yeah, I kind of jump back and forth between hammer fire and striker fired. Like I took the Holosun off of my P10 like a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I've been running my P01. So
I like it because I'm like striker gun.
Uh-huh.
And Work is typically hammer gun. And now Work is getting more striker guns, and I am definitely, I know I just bought a Glock. You know, it is what it is. I'm definitely more interested in the hammer guns. And Kathleen, if I can, I will put an Apex in. We're working on possibly getting some trigger options, maybe a comparison.
Yeah, we've got our 2 Gen 5 Glocks currently that we can use, and
2 Gen 4s.
Right, and then Apex is actually on my list with my marketing group. So I have the ability to get an Apex, but we've already run an Apex in a Glock 30 or 43. So, and it does awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. The trigger is freaking awesome.
It's a whole lot better.
I was more impressed with the increase in performance out of the Apex than I was with most of them. But I like a swath of different options. I like to be able to test stuff out to be able to give people a very wide variety of options when we're looking at stuff. So Apex,
I sent you like 7 or 8 that day that we were talking about it. Didn't
I? Yeah. Apex is one of our last options just because we've already done an Apex. So, hey, Ghost Tactical, how's it going, man? Professor says get a 407K on that O1 when they come out. That is my plan. I really want a 407 or a 507K and put it on the PO1. I think that I have actually already been talking with Primary Machine about that setup, and they said, yeah, let's run with it. We could probably get it on there and maintain the rear sight, which is freaking awesome. So I really want to, I'm looking at getting in with them, but we'll see. Right now, the 407, 507K isn't, can you get them? I think I saw them for sale on Optics Planet, but I'm not 100% sure. So, but that is,
that. I've only been looking for one Holosun.
That is in the goal, though. I would like to do that. Jordan says you should get an MP to put an Apex in. Honestly, that's, yeah. If I got an MP, it would definitely have to get a new trigger on it. So, let's see. Ghost triggers are great. No affiliation. It says Ghost Tactical there. I don't.
We've ran Ghost parts in your Gen 3,
yeah.
and then several of my Gen 4s that
I had a Ghost
parts.
Yep, I had a Ghost connector in my Gen 3, and then I pulled it out. I didn't like it. I
put a whole, I don't remember what they are. They have like 20 different models, but I bought an entire trigger system for my G40 because it was atrocious, and it made it better, but you could only make that gun so much better. It was pretty bad.
It was. Yep. Mandy says, I need some steel targets to test out. I would love some steel targets to test out. The only problem is that my range that I can go to, both of my ranges, my indoor range and then my outdoor range, neither one allows steel. The only place we can use steel is the anvil, and the only time I can use the anvil is when Builder's with me, so that kind of reduces the amount of time that I get to spend at the anvil. So, unfortunately. Pistol Pete says the P10C doesn't even need a trigger in his opinion. It's true. The P10C is one of the better stock triggers. It's definitely, I think it's a top 2. I think it sits right behind the Walther PPQ trigger, but it's definitely a top 5 striker trigger on the market. I mean, it beats out any Glock trigger. It beats out the 509. It beats out, what other high? Smith & Wesson for sure. So,
VP9.
VP9 is nice, but I think it's better than a VP9 trigger. But, Kathleen, she just posted a very sad story. She's never shot steel. Steel is the most satisfying thing to shoot. I would take 2 quick pings on steel faster and be more happy than 2 touching rounds in cardboard. It would just make me that much happier.
Yeah.
Mandy called me out. He says I moved my camera and my microphone arm. I did. I moved both actually. Because I've got a second monitor now. So my second monitor's here. I had to move my microphone arm up there. Now my camera is a little bit further back. Good eye, sir. What were you gonna say, Builder?
I don't remember. Oh yeah, when we do USPSA, it's funny because as much as work like steel, it is 100% his nemesis. Like if there's a steel heavy stage, you could tell he gets nervous, and I'm like, woohoo! I get to shoot steel.
Harry says the VP9 is the most overrated trigger out there. I kind of agree with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the VP9 trigger. It's just not. No, I take that back. There is stuff wrong with it. Like, none of the striker triggers are perfect, obviously. But the VP9 trigger, people just like it. They talk about it better than it is. Let's see. Yeah, Builder, I did a heck of a lot better on steel last year. Okay, Jordan's got me. He says, no, Tannerite is the most satisfying to shoot. Yeah.
See, this is where I come in and be really, really cheap. I don't like shooting Tannerite because it's kind of expensive.
It ain't cheap.
That's I mean, I have Tannerite. I have lots of Tannerite that I bought years and years ago, but I don't shoot it because it's like, boom, there's $10. Aw.
That's true. Sorry about that. I actually, we should see if the Tic Tac will set off tannerite. I'll bet it will if I could hit it. I gotta hit it though. Yeah.
The Tic Tac.
Yeah, you forgot what the Tic Tac was there for a second, didn't you?
I was
the
like,
mini taco truck.
I was like, it's 9mm. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't think it meets the feet per second requirements. I think you have to have 25 or 2600.
Well, we're gonna try it anyway because I have tannerite somewhere around here. Is that bad when you misplace tannerite?
Yeah.
In its separate components, it's just powder.
Jordan has a good point, and that's what I was going to say. The VP9 trigger, when it came out, because it came out years before the P10C,
it really did.
It was far superior to the other ones.
Yep. That is a good point, and it just has maintained that, I think, despite better triggers coming out since then. Was the PPQ out by then? I almost feel like
if it was out, it wasn't talked about.
Okay.
And yeah, like Jordan says, the rimfire stuff is by far more fun, in my opinion.
Because you can set it off with anything.
Yeah, you can set it off with a pistol.
We should do that with a shotgun. Ugh. But usually the 22 stuff only comes in like little things, right? Like it doesn't come in. Yeah, but it doesn't come in like the big like things.
But the little disc, like this big, puts off as much noise as a half pound of tannerite.
But I want to blow stuff up.
Oh.
Yeah. I have to remember. I got a channel. I have to make it look good.
Oh yeah.
I got to get my GoPro up there in super not super slow motion, but in slow motion, and blows things up. You know, show the difference between an AR-15 round and a pistol round, and have the pistol round blow something up, and the AR round not.
AR-14.
The AR-14. Yeah, Big Johnson and Bald and Curious say the PPQ is out way before the VP9, and Big Johnson added with absolutely no upgrades in there too. And it's true, the PPQ has been around a long, like with no modifications, but it's still one of the top triggers out there.
Yeah, it just chugs right along.
Yep, it's ugly as sin.
It just kind of falls prey, and they've been doing a good job because they pushed it out to a bunch of influencers, the newer ones. They just never really promoted too much. I mean, that was never a top contender, or at least that I heard of. Not that it wasn't a good gun, but it wasn't, Glock or Smith & Wesson.
Yeah. Hey, Loudner, how's it going, man? Oh, he can't stay. That's all right, man. We'll catch you later. Manny Things wants to know who's going to portray Hickok, me or you. That would probably be the dude who's not 5'6".
Dang it.
So that would be Builder. He's going to do it.
Okay. As far as what Locke said there, I was really surprised how far, and I think it was due to the fact that they're shooting 45 ACP.
Yeah.
How far those high points went before they failed.
Yeah, it's if they were shooting a higher pressure round, it would have popped the barrel beforehand. I mean, he not only did he not. I mean, that would be fun with tannerite in the barrel. But then he took it and he actually shot them with shot the guns with guns. Mm-hmm. And I could not believe how they fared against a 50 BMG.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. I totally didn't expect it to go through 2 because it's just not going to fly straight.
Right. Yeah,
you got
especially
a curved barrel in there.
Right.
I mean, yes, it obliterated the first one. That's a given. It's a 50 BMG. But it's not going to go boop, 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 all through.
Bald and Curious is trying to get me put on a watch list, suggesting that I buy a ammonium nitrate in bulk. Kathleen, I don't have enough space to upstage Demo Ranch. Like the amount of space that it takes to be able to like blow crap up and shoot that stuff.
I think he has more time in his day as well.
That's true. That's true. Well, more YouTube time anyway.
Jordan, but Jordan just sent us a link, 50 pounds of tannerite mix for $85.
Ooh. Okay. Sounds like we're going to blow up the entire woods back behind the anvil. Not the anvil itself, the out behind that.
the field.
Just boom.
I'm not building a new bridge so you
Did
can
they
blow
want to
it
farm
up.
that? No, we're not blowing up the bridge. We're blowing up the hunting woods back in the middle of the fields.
Aww.
No, we're just going to make it into some more field. It's okay. It's all right. Maybe we can pick up some deer pieces while we're at it. I say, having never seen a deer there.
I've seen 3.
Harry, I'm guessing you're talking about the PPQs not selling a ton. I think the PPQ's big problem is that it's an ugly, fat duckling. Like, it is an ugly gun. It is misproportioned. And honestly, I don't like the way that the Walthers shoot that much, but the trigger is nice. Have you shot one, Builder?
With you.
When did you shoot one?
The
Oh, the
Q5
Q5?
match.
Yeah. No,
I would like to spend more time behind it.
I shot a
behind the
compact and
Q5.
I shot a compact and it wasn't. It was okay.
And I'm really interested in the Q4 steel frame.
I also shot a. Oh, me too. Me too. I would love that one. I also shot a CCP, a Walther CCP.
That does nothing for me.
Oh, it was it. The trigger is atrocious
It's a
on
little
that.
gun.
It's tight. It's heavy. It doesn't have a wall. Like, it's just, you just pull through like a solid 8 pounds of muck, and then all of a sudden it breaks, and then it has absolutely no reset. It's all the way out, and you don't even know until your finger comes off the pad. So it's it's insane.
I saw something interesting today as I was perusing the Langdon Tactical website.
Yes.
He does trigger kits on the APX Carry, the little dinker gun that's useless like that one.
Yeah.
So that would be an interesting trigger to feel, because he's not going to turn out a trigger that's not good.
No, he's not. Sorry, I'm reading. Harry says, I have a PPQ. The ergos are really, I'm guessing that's supposed to be bad for a good high grip. And yeah, and for that, you need a good high grip, because the slide is so friggin' gigantic on it that it flings the top of the barrel or the gun back every dang time. Let's see. Yeah, Manny Thing says NRAM needs to add a range day to the convention. 100% agree, man. I wish that we had a range day with NRAM. It's one of the big reasons I want to get out to SHOT Show. But on the other hand, I don't want to go to SHOT Show. So, let's see. Professor says he wants to love the CCP, but that trigger sucks, and I'm not one to complain about triggers. Yeah, like, even for somebody who's not I've kind of become a trigger snob, just because I like doing the tutorials and stuff, and that's made me into a trigger snob. But the CCP trigger is just bad. Does Langdon make it? Are you looking that up?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know what you find. Let's see. Professor says the P320X compact is worse than the PPQ as far as, the P320s are it's a weird beast, because the standard P320s look super top heavy and nasty. You get into the X series and they look a little bit better, and then you get into the Legion and all of a sudden the proportions are right. And I don't know what they changed. Like, did they change anything? Is the Legion proportions of slide smaller, or is it just because it's a long slide that it makes it just look better? But I don't know. I think that the Legions look at least somewhat nice. Oh, I like this idea, Jordan. I like this idea. We're getting banned now, by the way. NRAM needs a range day instead of buying steel targets. Maybe just Wayne LaPierre and Marion Hammer. In all seriousness, they've been complaining lately. The NRA has been complaining about the lack of money that they're getting. All they would have to do is get rid of Wayne LaPierre, and their money would go through the roof. I would become a yearly member again if they dumped him. I would.
They don't have a SIG trigger. What they do work on is the Springfield XDE.
Oh,
which I didn't know they made in 45.
I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Yeah. But you can get, right now, you could go buy a Springfield Armory XDE LTT edition in 9mm for the wonderful price of $738.
Wait, what can you get for that?
An XDE tricked out by LTT.
Why would you ever spend that much money on an XDE?
Mm.
Why would you ever spend that much money on an XDE anything? Unacceptable. Oh, Big Johnson says he played with the new Wilson Combat SIG P320. How was it, man? I absolutely hate that grip stippling that they do, that like the Starburst design. It's hideous, I think. Baldwin Curious says, we really need an Excalibur if I become a trigger snob. Again, I would love one. I just can't afford one right now. Yep, it's Wayne LaPierre is just, sorry, going back, Locke's talking about Wayne LaPierre. Just being crap. He just needs to go. Yeah, and Harry's got a good point. The anti-gun organizations are using the division and the NRA to great effect. They really are. Like, they're using our disorganization and our infighting to try their best to pull stuff off, and that's when it's going to happen. It really is. So, Kathleen would rather buy a 92X. It's funny because the builder has heard me complain more than once about the safety on a standard 92, but I would rather have a 92X with the safety on the slide. I just did not like where that safety was. Or no, it wasn't the safety. Was it the safety or the slide release?
It was the safety.
Okay. Yeah, it's just the safety.
You didn't reach the slide release, but you should be used to that.
I am used to that. I can't really... Actually, I can reach the slide release on the Legion. It's one of the reasons I like it so much.
Yeah, I am... Actually, one of the guns I just looked up on the LTT website is you can get a 92X Performance with their trigger job. And I don't remember how much it costs. So I'm going to look that up while I'm talking. But I'm pretty much over wanting a 92X at this point, just because the fact that I want to run an optic on the gun, and it's just not something that happens with a 92. So Shadow 2 all the way. 92X with LTT trigger job from them is $1,475. So there's that.
Jordan says the HK VP9 would probably be great for Trump hands. You mean like mine? Tiny little circus hands? Oh, let's see. Sorry, I'm reading again. Because I kind of agree with Jordan here. He says that the NRA wasn't really working to defend our rights anyway on the national level. And yeah, they've not done a whole lot, of good. They've not been standing up as much as I feel like they should. At least not in... If they're going to pick and choose their fights, that's fine. I mean, I understand that you can't take on everything, right? But you can take a stance on everything. And they were very non-vocal about things that I think they should have been vocal about. So,
Locke, I got a buddy that should be sending his, if he's still in the chat, this is going to be chastising him, should be sending his PX4 to LTT very soon. You know who you are. But then I have to figure out a way to meet up with him so we can play with it.
I sold my PX4.
Yeah, but his is nice.
His is a PX4.
It's a PX4 compact carry.
Yeah.
LTT.
I was not... I was never really looking into sending it to Langdon, and I just got it because I've got a really good deal on it. But yeah, stock PX4s are nothing to write home about. So I mean, they're not bad.
And he brought up a good point. You had the full size, and he has the compact carry, and he said it shoots really nice and really flat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, and he was wondering, if the rotating barrel is more of an asset in a smaller gun like that.
It probably makes a bigger deal in a
Because
smaller
like
gun. Yeah.
on my 19 and my 17, if I had a comp on both of them, and there was a whole lot more recoil reduction on the 19 than there was on the 17. And I'm wondering if it's the same sort of thing.
So Harry points out something. It might be because I had small hands that the
Could
PX4 didn't work. It's just not. No. So
Hey, there he is. I
Cooper,
see you. I
Coop,
see
it's
you
not.
in the chat.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's that it gave me nothing that my other guns didn't. Like, I didn't like it better than anything else that I had at the time. And, you know, for the deal that I got it for and what I could sell it for, I made enough of a, bump in that it was just worth it. I wasn't interested in sending it off. I wasn't going to carry it. It was just another gun for me, and I just didn't need it. So I actually traded it for not a gun. I traded it for a bow and arrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. If that's any indication on how much I spent for it on it in the first place.
That's interesting what Harry said.
What?
Harry just kind of confirmed what Coop and I had been talking about with the compact maybe being a little bit better than the full size.
And that might be it. Because
which would rule out a PX4 for me because I have no interest in a compact.
Yeah, the full size was just. Did you ever shoot that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was just nothing special.
Like, it shot just fine. I mean,
right.
I'm not going to say it was a bad shooting gun. It shot just fine. Yep. It just wasn't what I had built it up in my head to be.
Right. My P10F shot better than it. You know, my striker fired standard barrel thing shot better. Heck, I think my P10C shot better than the full size PX4. And going by what Harry said, maybe the compacts just shoot better. You know, maybe you're right, Builder. Maybe the rotating barrel does do more for the smaller ones. I don't know. Locke, I do agree with that though. That they should. So Locke says the PX4 should be the standard Space Force gun, and I agree with that until the Luago Alien comes out, and then they need to switch to that. At least for the officers, they should carry Luago Aliens, and then everybody else should have the PX4 space gun. And then their standard long gun should obviously be a CX4, right? The space carbine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't get any more spacious.
I forget the name of that. The militarized version of that. The militarized version of the CX4.
Was there one?
It's like an MX4 or something.
Probably.
But it's the full auto with the shorter barrel.
All right, good. Locke agrees. So it's settled then. We've just decided the firearms for the Space Force. Oh, yeah, he's thinking it's MX4 as well. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to look it up because I'm interested now.
Because, you know, in space, you're not going to have to deal with as much stuff slowing down your projectile. So a 9mm is going to be better for distance then.
Uh-huh. That's what I'm saying. Let's see here.
Alden Curious, I think he likes grand powers.
I think so, a little bit.
Which kind of makes me want you to get one so I can play with it.
I want one. I do want one. There's a lot of grand powers I want, actually, but let's see. Wait, what price are we looking at for?
$500.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they send out, I get their stuff. Actually, I get Global Ordnance's stuff because I was working with them too. So, support troops should get the PX4 compact if the Alien is standard issue for the combat troops. All right, I'm all right with that. Yep. With oxygenated cases. And I'm not sure they need any extra oxygen in them. They got everything. Ooh. Oh, Michael is talking about the LTT PX4s. Yeah, I mean we played with the LTT PX4s at NRAM last year, and they're nice. But if I'm going to go LTT, I'm going to get a 92. I would like the
I fell in love when we were at NRAM last year. I
Uh-huh.
fell in love with that LTT PX4 compact carry.
Yeah, and I fell in
And
love with the LTT 92.
right. And the compact carry is a great gun. I think it is a great gun. It is just not the size of gun that works for me. So it's just not the direction I would go.
What's the 92 model that's got is it the Grenadier or
Centurion?
Centurion? Maybe that was it.
It's Centurion and Brigadier, and I don't know the difference.
I think it was the Brigadier. The Brigadier is the one that I was looking at that I really liked. Kathleen, I thought not all the Grand Powers were polyframe. Maybe they are. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've actually looked at their lineup. Locke, come on. He says he doesn't want to spend tax dollars on the combat troops having aliens. Officers only. Oh, okay. Officers only get aliens. I'm all right with that. I'm okay with just the officers getting aliens. I have accidentally paused the playback of there we go. Dang it. But Bald and Curious, you are not here. I mean, that you having one for sale does not help me out at all when you're not here and when the job market is as utter crap as it is right now. I still have a job, but we'll see for how long. Oh, Jordan, you had a Tanfoglio steel? I know Builder's been kind of drooling on and off over those, like over the past year and a half or so.
My only problem with the Tanfoglio is I don't know if I would get one in 9 or 10 millimeter. And I think Jordan would be in the same boat.
Depends on what you want it for. You know?
Everything. All of the things.
Ooh, Locke says there's a cheaper, quote unquote, polymer frame FK Brno that's supposed to get here someday. I mean, I'm all for cheap. You know, y'all know me. I'm a cheap ass. However, I would have some serious worries about a polymer frame with that round.
There's still too many numbers in the price tag of that for you to consider it cheap.
That's true. That is 100% true. But I don't know. I don't know if I would trust a polymer frame with that round. That round is a beast. I'd love to shoot one. If anybody's got an FK Brno and, you know, wants to, you know, give me 3 rounds or so. What is that? 3 rounds, about $15 out of those things. Oh,
something.
Oh, look at Harry flexing on us with his 92 LTT. Professor says I'm cheap. I'm so cheap that I never got adult hands. Oh, that's awesome. Yep. Like buying a polymer high power, just wrong. Is there a polymer high power?
I mean, I know that Recover Tactical makes those polymer high power frame things that you can put a light on, but I'm pretty sure when you get that ordered, when it comes in the mail, there's a guy waiting at your mailbox for you to beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, I think so too. He just kicks you right in the balls when you open your mailbox.
Yep.
Oh, look. Oh, Harry, I wanted to let you know I got my package today. Thank you. It's special, super secret squirrel stuff.
The LTT 92 is a sick gun.
That's why
we put the Wilson combat parts in my 92A1. It is a very slick gun, but just a bone stock LTT 92 is, I would say, at very least the same, if not just a touch better, and that's without the additional LTT parts.
Yeah, when we were down there, I think we hit up the Beretta booth, 2 or 3 different times just to go play with those.
Yeah.
And it was so worth it. I won an LTT 92, and you need an LTT PX4.
Coop and I were just talking about that before the chat. And my biggest problem with the PX4 is to get the PX4 full size with the LTT trigger parts, which why would you not, is $800. But at that point, why would I have another gun that I only have iron sights on? So then to get it milled for a red dot is $350 on top of that. And at that point, why would I not have just bought a Shadow 2?
It's a good point.
As nice as the PX4s are, I mean, it's probably, I would say it's probably the best polymer hammer-fired gun that I have held. I haven't held the Grand Power, Bald and Curious. But it's still not a Shadow 2.
Yep. Yeah, although that LTT trigger was better than a stock Shadow 2 trigger.
Yes.
But the Shadow 2 trigger, I mean, it doesn't.
And the Shadow 2 is not milled for an optic yet either.
Right. Although CNH just came out with an optic to pair with a optics cut from Cajun Gunworks.
Yep.
And that combo is kind of badass from what it looks like.
Locke, I would sure try to carry a Shadow 2.
Humble's going to backhand you if you try to carry a Shadow 2. I mean, not that it's going to do anything because, you know, he lives like 1,500 miles away. I'm just saying.
His backhand will hit my full metal frame of my Shadow 2. Break his precious gaming hand.
Oh, Jordan says, or you can spend $1,700 on a suppressed Glock 44 with a suppressor optic. And
that one got you pretty nettled, Jordan.
I don't blame him. Jordan, have you shot a 44? I'm still mad about that. I still I feel dirty having shot that gun. Oh, wait, Coop, what are we being honest about?
He wants me to buy a PX4.
Oh, okay. He wants you guys to be PX4 buddies.
Yes, but he's going to get a full size to go with his compact carry, so I'll just get to play with those at some point.
Harry says, looking at the Walther Q4 SF, pics look like the upper is a Camaro quality and the frame is a Rolls Royce. I'll say, if it's anything like the Q5 SF, it's going to feel, it feels very quality. It feels more quality than it shoots. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Q5. It was okay, but I liked the Legion more. Obviously.
It shot really well.
Once you found the dot, it shot really well.
Yeah. Which is surprising because it had the SRO on it, so it's like, yeah, there's a dot right there in the middle of that huge circle.
Oh, why did that scroll up? There we go. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that wasn't partially the SRO's fault.
It could have been. It was very high.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird, but it was fun. We got to shoot it, so that's something.
Yeah,
we can say that we did. Thank you, Applied Ballistics. And it was definitely the best trigger out of, well, it was on par with my aftermarket P10 trigger, which is saying something.
And Coop, of course, I would carry the Shadow 2 because I'm stubborn.
It's true. He is.
I'll carry it until I'm like, wait, did I have a Glock?
To be 100%.
Oh, yeah.
To be 100% honest, I'm surprised you don't carry the 34 more often.
I haven't touched the 34 in a while.
Don't you not have it right now?
You're right, I don't have it. I keep thinking,
that's how long
where is that thing?
I love when you forget where guns are. I think I've got
to carry the Rock Island for a week.
I think you should. Now, I mean, granted, you're going to have to find a holster for it, which is going to cost you an arm and a leg, but
I'm not going to do it.
Let's see. Manny says, has anyone ever wanted to make a warehouse party house like in an employee of the month? I've worked in a warehouse,
but never had the ability to.
Yeah, I've worked in a warehouse, but not in a position where I could get away with that. Like the only warehouse that I ever worked in, I was in the office, and it was more akin to like screwing with Dwight in the office than it was creating the party house like the party place like an employee of the month. So that's actually one of the things that I miss about going into the office is screwing with coworkers.
I still get to do that.
Harry says a good trigger means nothing without a good frame egos, and that's true, or ergos, and that's one of my problems with the Q5. My tiny little child hands don't do well with the Q5 or just Walther ergos in general. They just don't.
I got this really cool, like construction grade hot glue gun, and I've been hot gluing lots of stuff down.
Just because.
Yep, we've been cooking lunch and everything on the job. I have basically a kitchen built there. So one of the guys made ramen in this big pan, and it was just sitting there, and he'd done something to me, so I hot glued it down to a 2x4. It's like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's kind of awesome.
Don't you flash in the pan 10 millimeter?
It's a flash in the pan. It's not coming back. It's not. I mean, it never went away. Let me preface that. It never really went away. But 10 millimeter will never be one of the top rounds. It just won't be. I mean, it's going to be niche like the 357 SIG.
I don't know.
Oh, I know. I know. Unless
it
somebody
would be really cool. It would make me very happy if 10 millimeter killed 40.
We'd have to make a song about it.
Mac probably would, and then he'd break something.
Oh, Mac. Don't get me started on Mac. There was one. What was I gonna? Oh, Harry says his normal size hands don't do well with Walther PPQ ergos. Then why are you getting a Q4 SF? It's just a steel frame PPQ. Kinda. I need to start reloading because I have so much time on my hands.
Yeah, how's that gun of mine coming?
So it's on the slate for this weekend. I need to sit down and get to it. I tell you, I stopped doing tutorials for such a long time. Like if you notice, look back at my videos, there was a big gap in tutorials, and like for some reason I'm kind of nervous about taking guns apart all of a sudden. I'm like, do I really want to like dig into this at this moment in time? It's not that I like doubt it. It's it's not that I doubt it. It's that I'm like, do I really want to dig into something like that intense right now? Like my brain has been just utterly fried lately. But I got the SIG apart and back together, so that's good. And the SIG is actually, honestly, the easiest part of the SIG is getting the fire and control group out. Everything else is like 1911 level difficult. It's not easy.
You're ready for it then.
Yeah, it's not easy to replace all of the little springs and stuff in there. Now, it's no CZ, mind you. Like it's that the decocker sear cage on a CZ is still tops on utter pain in the ass as far as pistol stuff goes. But yeah, the SIG was not as easy as I was hoping it would be when I got that ordered.
Well, the Rock Island should be easy because it's like working on a V6 inside of inside of like a big block Chevy engine compartment.
A V6 in like a Chevy 2500.
Yep. My hammer fits down.
Not only that, I'm pretty sure that it's running it's a Series 70 trigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about all of the extra stuff.
No, like Rock Island is Series 70 only.
It's 2 parts, which is fan-freaking-tastic. And thanks goes out to Evolution Gunworks for all of the trigger stuff on it. I got here.
Except that one part I bought.
That's right here. I'm actually getting this stuff out now. I've got my box of goodies here. So we've got that guy. Show everybody in the chat. Hey, I've not been paying attention to the chat, by the way. What are they saying in there?
Manny wants your brass, but apparently Manny and I are going to fight now.
Uh-oh, because you want my brass too?
Dibs.
You're closer, so.
Ah.
All right, let's grab that. Let's grab this. Okay. Well, I'm just almost dumped stuff on the floor. Okay.
Jordan took apart my Mark III 2245 one time, and then he had some not so nice things to say to me for a while after that.
You need to clean your damn guns, is what I needed to say to you.
I did. I sent it to him, and it came back clean.
Right. Yeah, honestly, I would take. Okay. I take it all apart. Away, or I take it all back. Man, I wish I could get guns out on this damn chat. The worst gun to take apart. All right. Guesses in the chat right now. Guess what my least favorite gun to take apart is. And I don't even mean like a full frame strip. I just mean to break down to the point of getting the slide off of the gun. What's my least favorite?
Guess?
Yeah, let them write it down in the chat first.
I'll write it in the chat.
Okay. So Jordan says, I'm assuming he's not talking to me when he says FN509 because it's probably too new. All right, airsoft gun.
I got it right.
You did. Dang you. Glocks is a 1911. Yeah, it's not a 1911. It is. Builders got it. It is the Colt Woodsman or Huntsman. That series of gun is the biggest pain in the ass to take down. It's that video. I get more individual emails to my Work the Trigger email address from that one video for people who follow it and have issues. And like, I get more thank yous off of that video for people saying, thank you for like doing this video. I would have never gotten it together. And I get more emails with people who have gotten 3/4 of the way through and just cannot get the thing back together, despite me telling them how, like directly how. It is the worst gun to take apart. The worst. Now the 2245, all you need with that one is a mallet. Okay. Going back to the Rock Island here. So first up, we've got this guy, the Evolution Gun. There we go. Evolution Gunworks Lightened Hammer. So this thing includes a new sear, a new disconnector, new hammer spring, and a new leaf spring. And this thing, so when I called Evolution Gunworks, I told them that I wanted a trigger pull weight around 3 pounds. 3 pounds is like, to me, now I probably should have asked Builder about this before I ordered parts for his gun. But to me, 3 pounds is like light without being unsafely light. You know, when you pull the trigger at 3 pounds without like the accidental fire, like on a 2 pound trigger, I've accidentally pulled a 2 pound trigger before. Like that's really light. 3 pounds is about
your 1911.
Yes, yeah. Mine's like 2.5 pounds, and I don't.
Crap.
Yep. Pop. Oh, hello. John Jeffries is going to talk about ugly guns. Which guns? Post it up there if you're. Or are we talking about the Colt Woodsman and Huntsman? Because if you are, dude, we're gonna have words. We're gonna have a fight right here, right now.
Sensitive gun right now.
So anyway, so we got that from Evolution Gunworks, and this was sent to us, so that's awesome. Then we got these guys. You guys haven't seen these yet, but these are the Taylor Freelance base pads, the +4s in the bottom of the 17 round mags. I actually called them about this mounting system back here. It's freaking awesome. We've got, and this is all going on the taco truck. Or the TAC Ultra. We've got a nice polished aluminum Gigantor magwell.
That one makes me so happy.
This way. Goes that way. Yeah, and it's huge. It is very big. And it's
no pinchy on my hand to meet.
Nope. And then we just got this. This one Builder did end up having to buy, but we did get a discount. So I'm still going to give Fusion Firearms a shout out on this one. But we got their flat face K trigger for it, which looks kind of badass. So I'm pretty pumped about that project. It's going to be a fun one, I think.
Yep. The color scheme on this gun is random.
It's not that random. Oh, Block, thank you very much for the $10 super chat, and we will definitely buy more things, sir. because we have plenty of more things to need to buy. Because, well, let's be honest, YouTube channels take a lot of money. Oh my gosh, I just hit you guys. Sorry about that. There you go. Okay. You better? Are you okay? All right.
All right.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm all screwed up here. How about that? No. All right. I gotta recenter. I gotta rezen myself.
Well, next week when you label it as Dawson Precision Sights.
Label which one?
The super chat next month.
Oh.
Or next Dawson Precision Sights.
Oh man, I heard Jordan. Dang it. Jordan and Harry both got injured. We're gonna have to use Locke. That payment is now gonna end up having to go for damages on Jordan and Harry. So it's gonna have to be $5 each for emotional damage. I just hope we didn't hurt Locke. That would make me feel really bad after he gave us $10.
Oh no. Jordan, is Ashley okay?
Yeah, did we hit her in the head too? Oh. I was gonna check something. Now I don't remember what I was gonna check. It's just one of those days, I think.
It is.
So is everybody still at work? I'm just curious about that. Like, who's... Uh-oh.
As you should be, Jordan.
Okay, that's fair, man. That's fair.
That's the test.
Oh, no. Harry's concerned about getting COVID because he has to visit the hospital. I was... All right, Professor, man. Thank you for hanging out. We will catch you later. So, I was actually at our local hospital recently, and there was like borderline nobody in there. It was a little bit weird. It was a lot of it weird, actually. That's what it was. So, oh, I just broke my computer. I don't know what I just hit, but I did just break it. I'm not sure. Anyway.
I am back at work.
There we go.
And I'm very happy about that. That being said, I need to be leaving before too long because I got to get up pretty soon.
Yeah. I'm working from home 3 days a week, which is really weird. And it's going to be very hard going back to 5 days a week, but I'm not going to say that I don't mind the money coming back. But it's definitely, don't let the COVID get to your computer. That's been a challenge. Actually, I logged on when was that, yesterday, and I got a notification popped up that we had a cyber attack at work. So apparently all the hacker guys who are spending all their times at home now, they're all like spending their time trying to get into big companies' servers. So at least somebody's being productive, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Coop didn't get paid for 7 sales? That's
he
junk.
Got let go.
Oh.
They were like, "Man, you're just too good to work here. Like you're the best salesman we've ever had, and we just can't handle the sheer volume that you bring in." And he's like, "I get it."
And then you mute yourself.
I had to fart.
Oh, dude, you should know better than that. Yeah, that sucks though. That is not fun timing. Yeah, Jordan, they're all, yeah. Well, and here locally, so our city here has gone up maybe like 5 cases in the last week. But
we got 3 cases yesterday.
Did we?
Yep.
Okay, and we got 1 case today, maybe. But then you look at like all of the surrounding areas, and it's jumping up by like 20 and 30 cases a day all around.
Cass County, where Tyson Chicken is.
Yeah, 186 employees.
61 cases yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's just stay away from them. Yeah, it's Jordan. It's kind of crazy how all that. Man, why is my computer keep like going crazy on me?
Yeah, our meat stuff is taking a hit. You got Smithfield's down because they had like 250 something cases at Smithfield.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Jeez.
and then Tyson had
Yep. The steel
whatever.
mill down in Crawfordsville just closed too.
Yeah, but I don't eat that.
Dana's still up and running though.
Hey, so
Ugh.
JVC.
Something about we make the stuff that drives all the tractors that make all your food. Oh, farmers need more tractors. that's legitimately one of the reasons we're still open. Well, Houston's gigantic, Locke. We're talking towns of like 30,000 people or less here, getting massive amounts of cases. But it's because we're all redneck up here. That's what I'm going with.
It's interesting because we have, I work for a small 9-man crew construction company. We do remodels and stuff like that. And it's interesting how many people are actually calling us and they're like, so when are you guys gonna come start on our house? And
Really?
we're like, what? When are you gonna come start on our house? Like, you know that there's a pandemic going on and we don't really want to be in your house.
Right?
Because I mean, I'm taking this fairly seriously. Like I took a couple weeks off work to keep my kids at home, whatever. I don't think this is the end of the world by any means, but I'm being cautious. And if you want somebody to come into your house during the middle of a pandemic so they can start a non-essential remodel, I hate to say non-essential, but to start a remodel, how strict are you being with everything?
Yep.
Are you just wasting my time for going in there? You know what I mean?
Yes. The answer is yes. Yeah, people don't get that.
So, yeah.
Can't say I blame you there, sir.
So
At
the
all.
answer to that question is not anytime soon.
All right, on to more fun things. We need to talk about guns again because I'm getting depressed with all this crap.
I need to leave pretty soon.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, the pizza guy won't even hand pizza directly to him, and people inviting you into their house. Yeah, we have eaten out so little in the past like week or so. It was so weird going. I went to get B-dubs the other night, and that was a very awkward thing. First of all, B-dubs is not prepared at all. Like
No,
they're
just
like,
walk right in.
yeah. Did you notice their like signs and stuff are like complete crap? They're on the wrong side of the walkway.
Yeah.
Like I was standing there and had no clue. Yeah. Anyway, that was dumb. Kathleen says, "Is your indoor range open?" No. Our indoor range is still closed. The gun shop that runs it had been open. I think they're currently closed. They're doing a floor. They're redoing their floor right now, taking advantage of the downtime. But they had been open for appointments specifically, so you can still buy stuff. You just can't go shoot there, unfortunately. I'm waiting on them to be able to get my Holosun 508T because I really want it. But I finally broke down and put my 507 back on my P10 because I needed to try out that Overwatch trigger, and I was tired of being a poor carrying around an iron sight gun. I wanted my P10 with the $400 slide and the dot on it again. I really need to go splurge on a titanium nitride barrel just because.
Just so you can flex.
Yes, that's exactly why. Well, and I mean, so I've got an FDE slide or frame. Those just look good with titanium nitride barrels. They just do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything does, really. Gold looks good on everything, but I digress. Yeah, all of our restaurants are takeout as well. Hey, Hootie Who's in the house? How's it going, man?
Hey. My wife picked up, we have this little bitty hole in the wall, kind of a mom and pop ice cream place called Budgies. And It's right across the street from where my
I,
wife.
I love
so
Budgies.
so she swung by there last week, I think.
Are they
Yeah.
open?
Yeah, Budgies is open. She picked up a whole bunch of food, and I haven't had like fast food or anything like that in a month and a half at this point. So she brought that home, and I ate like 2 complete meals because it was just so good, and it tore me up.
I bet. Dude, I have had a hankering for a Five Guys burger, like a deep yearning for a Five Guys burger, but I think Budgies is going to have to do. The great part about Budgies is like you can go and the whole thing is outside anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing has changed. So yeah, now I know what I'm doing for dinner tomorrow night at least.
I mean, it's not cheap, but
no, it's not. No, and we generally don't get anything for Remy because he just doesn't eat it anyway. But yeah, Locke, I am with you, man. Five Guys is the best chain burger there is. The best. I mean, Wendy's is good. Don't get me wrong, but Five Guys is just so much the awesomeness. Wait, which one are you laughing at? Oh, he'll
be Locke and then Jordan. Happy early birthday, Hootie Hoo, for the record.
Yeah, it's coming up here in a couple of weeks. We should do a I don't know where I was going with that.
What are you gonna do? Force him on a live chat on his birthday?
Yes.
Hey, since you're not doing anything. No, wait. He's always doing stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I can't. Honestly, I can't believe he's got time to hop into our chat because
a better point.
Man,
Hardee's. I will take a Hardee's burger over just about anything else.
Even Wendy's?
Yes.
Wow. Now, Hootie Hoo, we have no idea about Whataburger because we don't have those up here. Have you ever had one, Builder? No, but I would like to. Me too. See, we should have gone if we would. Do they have those down in Nashville? I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
They might. I mean, he's down that way, so maybe they do. And
yeah, here we could have had one. That's my problem with Five Guys. Is number one, their French fries don't taste good, and number two, they are just so expensive. They are expensive. Whataburger is $59. That's awesome. Oh, Hootie Hoo, what did you get that Winchester in? I haven't seen what caliper you got that in yet. Unless it's a secret, then you don't have to share. What kind of Winchester did he get? Bolt gun. Ah. Oh. Nice. What did he get it in? Right. 300 Winchester short mag. That is going to be a tack driver. And fun. That's kind of awesome. Mm-hmm. We need to invest in more long guns with big calibers, but you have a 4570. That should count. I know something. That's on my list. I pretty much got a 4570 because of Hootie Hoo. It's his fault. All the paper plates have died now. Jordan says, "You guys see my next gun in the group chat?" Not yet. Not gonna. This requires me to actually open it. Oh. That's a Stava M93 50 cal bolt action. I like it. Yeah, okay. I like the way you think, sir. Very much like it. We might have to take you up on that offer at some point, Hootie Hoo. Yeah, I really think we should. Would you be down for a day trip? Maybe. Once this thing's all over? Maybe. I'll tell you what, Hootie Hoo, once this stuff's all over, like maybe mid-late summer, we'll set something up. We'll head down, and we don't have a whole lot of fun stuff to bring you, but we'll bring what fun stuff we can, and we'll do something. Yes. Collaboration. It's been if you say okay in the chat, it's been officially agreed on. So, I mean, see? Okay. It's been officially agreed on. That's it. It's happening the end of this summer. This is happening, which means I better get a big bore or something before we go down there, or else I'm going to get made fun of by Hootie Hoo and everybody there. I don't know. He's got all the what I would consider the essential big bores. He's got 450 Bushmaster, 4570, 458 SOCOM.
I know, but I can't not bring one myself.
You're gonna have to get a 50 Beowulf.
Okay, I really want one of those. Like, really want one of those.
Bear
I don't
Creek
even...
makes one.
Huh?
Bear Creek makes one.
Okay. So I'm cheap, but after... I just can't do that. I just can't. I'll build one my dang self before I do that.
Several of the guys I work with have been buying the crap out of Bear Creek uppers.
Yeah.
And they seem to all be working sufficiently.
Well, and I mean...
One of them was in 450 Bushmaster, and then 2 of them were in 7.6239.
You know, I'm not going to lie either. It's not like I'm buying I'm not buying it to like go hunt with. I have hunting rifles that are significantly better than that. I'm literally just buying it because it's a gigantic bore AR.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a good idea. I think this needs to happen as well.
The 450 upper's like $300. I mean, it's stupid cheap.
That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, if you can hop into a big bore AR upper for under $500, you're golden.
And it's not like you're going to be shooting 4,000 or 5,000 rounds of 450.
Yeah. Yeah. Hootie Hoo, I actually tried to get Bear Creek to send me some stuff. I didn't even try to get it for free. I did my usual, like, hey guys, like, you want to work together a little bit? Like, give me a little bit of a discount. I'll get your stuff in. We'll try it out. Nothing. No, I take that back. It wasn't nothing. They did officially shoot me down. They're like, ooh, yeah, we don't really send our stuff out. We don't really send things out to influencers. So yeah, it was a little bit disheartening. Like, you could, I guess I always complain when people don't say anything back anyway. So at least they did send me a no instead of just leaving me up in the air. But Harry just sent me something. Give me just a sec. What else is going on?
So anyway, that being said, I have access to Bear Creek Bear Creek Arsenal uppers now.
That's a good point. Okay, so Harry has sent me.
That's a given, Jordan. They're way out of our class.
Harry has sent me an advertisement for a. Let's see, how much is it? I can't even. How much is this thing? Well, let's just say it's a 20 millimeter.
Yes.
Bolt gun.
Aren't those destructive devices?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. The recoilless are. I
thought
don't
anything
think...
over 50 was.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That makes me sad. Work needs a t-shirt gun. I want to get a cannon real bad.
See you, Hootie Hoo. Thanks for
stopping man.
By.
Catch you later. We'll make arrangements later, man. And yes, you do need a 20 millimeter. If you get a 20 millimeter, we'll be down there even sooner. But yeah, I really want a cannon, like really bad. They're not that much. I think they're like 200 or no, they're
I thought they were like 350 or something.
Okay, that's still not much.
All right, I'm gonna have to bug off of here pretty soon, meaning now.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
You guys all have a great night. I wish I could stay longer, but I gotta be getting to work pretty soon. So,
that's all right, man. Have a good night. Thanks for coming, Builder. We'll see you later. I'm not leaving yet, guys, so I'm still here for a little bit. Cannons are the X. Oh, come on, go away. There we go. The X product cannon is out of stock currently. I think they're like $350 or something like that. So it's really not a bad. Harry says they're 11,000. Oh no, that's the 20 millimeter that you're talking about. That's $11,900. But yeah, and I don't even know why I want a cannon. I just do. They're just cool. Like it's one of those novelty things. I know, Jordan. Don't buy from X products. I know that they've done all like wonky, wacky crap and stuff, and it makes me sad. But I still want one. can't I still want one? Maybe I can find one used. That's what I'd have to do, I think. I'd have to find one used. Because, well, they're out of stock anyway. So, hey, that's all right. So Locke wants to know what other hobbies I have. So I don't have a whole lot of time for additional hobbies. I have 2 kids, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, who take up the majority of my like waking time. But I do. So obviously I've got all my gun stuff here. I also have my full-time job, which is my day job is CAD work. So I do like design drafting work, and then I do I teach a class, and that takes up a couple of nights a week, and then really like the gun stuff is kind of 2 hobbies amalgamated into one when you do the YouTube stuff. So like you've got the gun side with the triggers and all that stuff, and then you've got the photo side of like when you get, you know, nice new cameras and stuff like that. So I like tech stuff. So I do a lot of looking up into tech stuff. It took me a long time to figure out to get this, which is on, to grab this camera. This is actually my new camera. It is a Sony A6100. Does 4K, 240 frames per second, and a little mic on there. But other than that, just I do a little bit of like side design stuff, but I don't have a lot of time to be able to do like massive amounts of this. I want a 3D printer, but the gun stuff takes the majority of the money at this point for that. So, oh, all right. I gotta check the gram. Jordan just sent me something. The soda can launcher. Now, Jordan, this thing's not gonna like blow up in my hand, right? You're not like throwing me for a loop here. $139. Holy crap. Is that, oh, that's just for the can portion, I'm assuming, right? So like that's not the complete upper, and I would have to put that on there. I don't have any problem with putting it on there. I'm just saying that's basically the barrel. That's still really good though. $139 for that much fun is fan-freaking-tastic. Oh, man, he's saying are you gonna black multicam your Legion yet? So that the black multicam, I want to get into hydro dipping. I think hydro dipping is freaking awesome. I just haven't. Just it's, you know, it takes some money to get into that, and I just haven't. But the black hydro or the hydro dipping, I think would be awesome. I want to do that on some of my guns. Oh, you're kind of a keyboard nerd, huh? And then do Linux for your job. Have you heard of the aim pad? I know the guy who one of the inventors of the aim pad. He's a local guy here that I know, and he's a super awesome guy. But I'm not a keyboard nerd. I've got my crappy little like Logitech keyboard for this computer, and although I will say I'm super picky about mice. I found my mouse that I like. I like the Logitech 700 series. So like I've got a 705 for my home computer and a 720 for my work computer. But yeah, like I like the photography stuff. I'm not a good photographer, unfortunately. Like I don't have the patience for it, and I just don't. I like the video aspect a little more, just because it's a little bit easier. This one has especially let me really get into the fine tunings of doing video. Like with this one, I've got way more control on this one than I did on my old one. My old one was a Sony HX80 DC or DC. I don't remember. It was an older model though. It was a point and shoot. This one is a mirrorless with removable lens and all that good stuff. And this thing is this is a badass camera. If you're looking to get into like a really nice mirrorless camera for a good price, the Sony Alphas are awesome. And the 6100 especially is like really the best bang for the buck, in my opinion. Harry says just outsource 3D printing. That's what I'll probably do. The problem is that So there's 3D printing for just like around the house general little crap that you want to be able to do and just have for in 8 hours, like toys for kids. There's tons of different toys for kids out there that you can make and they can paint or they can play with. And that's what I want the 3D printer for. I don't want the 3D printer for like all of the other crap, like any specific designs that I want to do. Those would all be done externally at the new HP. I can never remember what it's called. It's like Jet Fusion or something like that. Their new printing technology is so far above FDM printing that it's kind of silly to go with any production piece in an FDM when you can just go with that route. So let's see. Harry, I have no idea what the Chitlin Defense FMG9 project is. So let me look that up really quick. FMG. FM Chitin, not Chitlins. Locke says pretty soon I'll have piles of lenses. I really want so because I do so much video, I need a lens with a lot of variability, like really close. The one that I've got on here, plus this is a crop sensor. It's a quarter or a 3/4 crop. So I've got a 16-50 on it. I want a better glass with about that range on it, just because I really like the angle that I get out of this thing. Plus it's just easy to hold this. It's nice and kind of small. Like it's way bigger than my old one and it weighs way more, but when you turn it on, that lens pops out. Maybe. Hello, buddy. Battery's probably dead. Yeah, it's been sitting here like on all day on accident. So battery's dead, but it's just comfortable to hold, which is nice. All right. Going back to the chat. Chitin. Yeah, who named that company? Chitin Defense. Oof, Manny's going to the range tomorrow, but he's got to go to Walmart first, so he's going to get the Rona before going to the range. It's not a good call. Will do, Harry. I'm checking DMs on the gram now. Did you send me something? I don't think I got it. Not there. Nope, you didn't really send me anything, Harry. Oh, it's called chitin. That's dumb. That's not how it's spelled. Why would they? Why do people do that? That makes no sense to me. Sorry, reading something else that somebody sent me apparently a day ago that I just now got. Man, Instagram has been that thing. Okay, so I just got that chitin. I'm just gonna call it chitin because that's how it's spelled. So this is that foldable like little box mag thing that we first saw at SHOT Show like I want to say 7 years ago or so. It's a nifty little thing, but man, they took forever to get anything close to coming out with it. It's nifty, but whew. All right. See, John Welsh says, do you like your P10F or X5 Legion more? Which do you shoot better? So that's a rough, it's hard for me to compare because the P10F is running a dot and the X5 is running irons. However, that being said, I shoot my X5 so close to how well I shot the P10 that I feel like once I get that dot on there, that the X5 is just going to be lightning fast comparatively. The P10's not bad, but it's just they're different purposes. The P10F is more of a duty gun. It's a full-size gun, 4 1/4 inch barrel ish, I think. Lighter frame. It's got nice capacity, but it's built more as like a carry gun for a cop or a military. The X5 Legion, however, is a purpose-built competition gun, which there are things that they can do with purpose-built competition guns, like increase the weight with that tungsten frame, like the reduced trigger pull weight, things like that the X5 can just do a little better. I will say, hey Jacob, how's it going? And thank you for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate that greatly. I will say that the Legion and the P10F, I can shoot the P10F longer with less problem. The Legion has a very odd shape on the beaver tail on the back of it, and that shape actually pushes against the meat on the back of my finger or the back of my hand right here, and it's just a little bit more uncomfortable. I might actually look into reshaping that. That's the nice part about it being a polymer frame, even though it's heavy. I can shape that a little bit and make it a little bit softer. And I might have to do that because I really don't like that aspect of it after shooting. I mean, I shot probably like 200 rounds through it yesterday, which is more than you're going to shoot at a competition. But it's still, I noticed it and I don't want to notice it. I want to be able to, I want my competition pistol to be able to really send rounds through and not have to worry about. So, let's see. Locke says, hooray, it's your live stream day, which means tomorrow is Friday. That is true, man. That is 100% true. Uh-oh. Oh, he's already gone, but I will let Builder know that you have donated $10 to the Dawson Precision site for Taco Truck Fund. That's what we'll call it. I don't know if you guys know. Yeah, we're calling that project Taco Truck now because I just like random dumb names. Plus, he won up Jacob, so that's always good. Let's see. So Harry says Magpul introduced it. Chitin created it, or created to files so people can 3D print the components and make it work with Glock parts. So that's kind of cool. That's I mean, that's nifty. I don't know. I need to look into it a little bit more. I saw that you had sent me that this morning, and I just kind of glanced over it. It's been a busy day, but so John's asking what backstrap I use for P10F, and thanks for the answer. So I use the small backstrap for the P10F because I have tiny child hands. My hands are approximately the size of a 13-year-old boy, and so I use the small one. I got super meatiness right here though, and I like to choke up really far on a pistol when I grab it. So that's why it bugs me on the Legion, because I get a lot of pressure in there. For me, it helps me keep a better grip of it, but it also means that I notice things like weird shapes and stuff on the back strap a little bit more. Something like on Glocks, I constantly get slide bite. That's the specific reason I sold my Gen 3 Glock. Gen 3 Glocks, when they went to Gen 4s, they created a better beaver tail back there. The Gen 3s have almost nothing, and I constantly had to be super careful about my Gen 3 to not get slide bite, and I didn't even carry it because of that. I didn't want to get slide bite. So yeah, anyway, that was a really long way around that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Jordan, believe it or not, at one point I was a 13-year-old boy, and my hand has never grown since then. It's the same size, so that's how I know. Ah, gotcha, bitch. That was a good try, though. Let's see. Oh, Locke. Yep, Locke said it. I was at one point a 13-year-old boy. It's been a while, but I was. Oh man, I just realized that's been over 20 years. That's that hits deep. That it's been over 20 years since I was a 13-year-old boy. Oh, anyway, well, I mean, Jordan, my hands haven't grown since then. So like, I don't know. Technically, I guess they could be the size of a standard 10-year-old's hand. I'll tell you in like 4 years when my kid's 10. We'll find out then. I did. Let's see here. So I earlier we were talking about the Colt Huntsman and it being the worst video or the worst pistol to take down, and I actually just got a comment on that video, somebody telling me that I need a video on the pre-Woodsman ones. So I get stuff like that a lot on my videos. People ask things like, oh well, why didn't you do this? Like the what was it? It was the not the carry compare, the shootout for the PCCs when we did the SIG MPX, the CZ Scorpion, the Ruger PC9, and the Strybog. When we did that, I got people hopping in there like, well, why didn't you do a sub 2000? Or you should have put this in. You should have put this in. And I'm like, guys, I don't have those guns. My gun shop didn't have those guns. Like, I'm sorry. Like, people get legit offended by that. But anyway, this guy on this this comment just said that I need to do a video on the pre-Woodsman, which I would love to do, except I don't have a pre-Woodsman. I mean, if you want to send me one, cool. I will take that thing apart and I will put it back together. There's only ever been one gun that I could not get back together. And it was a Remington Nylon 66. And I can find out that when you get it apart to the point that I got it apart, that you need, it was like super broken anyway. So don't anybody like, feel it in the gut that it was super sad thing that this gun got taken apart and never put back together. But apparently you need a jig to put those back together. So, so much for that. It had like broken string or springs, and the guide rod was bent. What else was wrong? There's a feed lip in there that had fallen out and gotten lost. It was just a whole big crap show. But yeah, if people want to send me guns to be able to take apart, I'm down with that. But I don't just have every gun, and I definitely don't have access to them all. So, all right, guys. Well, it's just been me for a while now, and I'm running out of things to babble about. So give you guys a little bit longer to pop up anything in the chat, any last questions that you have before we hop off of here and enjoy the rest of our evening. So, because I'm pretty much out of stuff. I didn't plan a whole lot tonight anyway. It's been kind of a crazy week working at home and all that stuff, getting used to that. But yeah. All right. Well, it doesn't look like there's any new questions coming in the chat. So thanks, guys, for hopping in. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. Thanks goes to Locke and Jacob for the super chats. Appreciate it a bunch. Oh, wait, Locke's got a question. Yes, you can vote. I don't know what you're voting on, Jordan, but you can vote, sure. So Locke says, why does he keep shooting his Hellcat low left? When he dry fires, it's fine. And to shoot everything. Wait. When I dry fire it, fine. And shoot everything else, fine. My guess would be the length of pull between the back strap and the trigger is probably a little bit shorter than you're used to, and you're tossing. Well, no, if you're tossing too much trigger finger on it, it should be pulling low right. But unless you're a lefty. Are you a lefty, Locke? I don't think you are. I'm pretty sure you and Builder would have bonded over that if you were. But I'm guessing that's it. I'm guessing it's the length of pull between there. Tiny guns are hard, man. Like, I've got my P365 and I shoot it okay, but it's not super easy. So yeah, Harry, I'm with you, man. I'm about ready to crash. Jordan, we can vote on topics for next week. I'm down with that. All right, guys. Well, thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you next time. Catch you later.